At the beginning of the movie, we watch the main heroine. Noah is packing his things. Rafaela's voice comes from the stairs. The heroine is about to leave, but at the last moment picks up her photo with her father from the table. Together with his mother, Noah drives many kilometers, passing by picturesque places. Rafaela tries to talk to the heroine, seeing that she is angry. However, Noah becomes even more upset, believing that her mother has decided to start a new life without asking her anything. Because of this decision, the heroine had to leave everything she knew and loved. Rafaela tries to explain that she loves Will, to whom they are now headed. The heroine reminds her that she also loves Dan, but her mother took her away from him. Rafaela advises her to accept her new life and try to deal with her anger. Soon her car pulls up to the Leicester villa. Noah is amazed by the decoration of the grounds and quarrels with Martin, who wants to take away her suitcase. Will is friendly with the heroine and offers to show her the house. After the inspection, Rafaela brings her daughter to her room. The woman asks her not to worry about Nick, Will's son, and to make herself at home. Rafaela says she wants to give Noah the best of everything. Left alone, the heroine takes things apart and makes photos with new expensive dresses. Noah talks to her friend on the phone and tells her that she is literally sick of all this luxury, and especially of the upcoming dinner on the yacht. The heroine goes to the kitchen and jokes that there is hardly any sandwich in the refrigerator of the rich. Noah runs into Nick, who talks to her rather sarcastic and makes jokes about her name. When the heroine drops her phone, a dog turns up beside her. Nick is amused by the situation and doesn't give the sight command. Noah hides behind the guy and arms herself with a frying pan to stand up for herself. Nick calls the dog off and jokingly calls the heroine his little sister. When Noah goes to his room, he suddenly hears Betty's voice from the phone. The friend is teasing about the heroine having a very hot stepbrother. Finally, it's time to check out for dinner. Noah shows up in front of everyone in a rather eccentric outfit. Nick regards the wayward heroine with a slight smile, then smiles at her as he drives by in his car. At the restaurant, Noah banters with Will, introducing herself to the waiter as his new wife. At dinner, the heroine criticizes that Nick is surfing, believing that single sports don't require much intelligence. The guy is about to leave for work, noticing that the evening promises to be boring. Will asks his son to give Noah a ride home. Rafaela and the man are very hopeful that their children will get along. On the way, Nick drives the car very dangerously, which pisses Noah off, and she starts a quarrel. The guy remarks that Rafaela must be very difficult with such a daughter. Noah replies that Nick hardly knows anything about motherly love. This pisses the guy off. Nick pulls the heroine out of the car, after which he drives off. Noah gets lucky, and she is picked up by a guy named Mario. The heroine accidentally learns from the guy that instead of working, Nick is actually going to a party. Together with Mario, Noah arrives there. The heroine sees Nick having fun and quarrels with him. The guy presses Noah against the Jeep and jokes about how much he likes it. Nick himself, however, is not interested in silly little girls and doesn't suggest telling Will about the party. Noah meets Jenna and wanders with her near the pool. Their conversation is interrupted by the appearance of Lion, Jenna's boyfriend. Noah is standing by the pool when Ronnie makes her acquaintance. His friend offers the heroine some drinks. Nick intervenes and knocks the glass out of Noah's hands. The guy explains that this man often slips substances into girls' drinks. Nick sees that the heroine became ill and decides to take her home. The guy carries Noah to her bed, listening to her incoherent words about glass, liquid, and fragility. The heroine has a nightmare in which Rafaela wakes her up and asks her to hide in the closet while the man knocks on the door of their room. In the morning, Noah is going to tell Will and her mom everything. However, it turns out that Nick sent a text from her phone saying she was staying at Jenna's to watch a movie. The guy smiles snidely, thinking he's trumped Noah. In the afternoon, the heroine is relaxing on the beach and hears Nick telling his friends that glass is liquid. Noah cautiously observes the guy changing his clothes. Jenna notices this and jokes good-naturedly at the heroine. In the evening, there is an auto race. Nick is often distracted by the heroine, because of which he does not lead the race. However, the guy still manages to win, which makes Ronnie very angry. Noah finds out that her boyfriend is cheating on her with her best friend. The heroine drinks a lot and, having received new photos, kisses a strange guy. Nick is watching this unhappily. The guy chases away Noah's suitor and finds out that the girl is kissing to take photos and get back at her boyfriend. Nick offers his help and kisses the heroine, after which he leaves her in his car. The guy decides to have a little fun, and Noah gets behind the wheel. Unexpectedly, Ronnie pulls up and says that the heroine is on the starting line and the race is about to start. Noah is angry that the guy is giving her a head start and decides to participate instead of Nick. Despite Ronnie's ramming and foul play, the heroine manages to arrive at the finish line first. However, it turns out that because of this, Nick has to transfer $15,000 to the other gang and give the car. The guy endures this, but attacks Ronnie when he insults the heroine. A scuffle breaks out. Noah covers her ears with her hands, like when her parents fight. Jenna manages to pull the heroine out of the thick of the fight and takes her to the car. In the morning, Noah receives a threatening text message from an unknown caller. Meanwhile, Nick communicates with his younger sister, with whom they share a mother. Maggie is worried that the woman has moved away again and will possibly abandon her. Nick tries to support his sister and hugs her. In the evening, the guy comes home and sits with Noah. The heroine apologizes for losing the car, and Nick kisses her in return. Suddenly, the guy pulls away and asks Noah not to let him get that close again. Rafaela appears in the room. She asks Nick to talk to the father, as his absence at an important event has upset Will a lot. The next day, Noah washes car and flirts with a guy. Suddenly, it turns out that her mother has brought Dan to visit. Noah asks Nick not to show up as she sent the guy a photo of them kissing. Dan tries to apologize to the girl, but Nick spoils it for him in every way possible. The guy then pulls Noah into the pool and kisses her. The heroine receives a threatening bouquet. Dan realizes that Noah kissed brother and offers to discuss it tonight. Ronnie inspects Nick's car and prepares for more revenge. Ronnie finds the guy, taunts him, and makes jokes about Noah. Nick comes home with nasty marks on his face and sees Dan going into the heroine's room. The guy gets angry and goes out to the terrace where, to his surprise, Noah is sleeping. Nick wakes up the heroine and asks her not to go alone, as Ronnie is very dangerous. The next day, the maid helps cover up Noah and the boyfriend's affair. Martin pretends that the marks on his face Nick got when he fell by the pool. In the evening, the boyfriend rides in the car with Noah, his mistress Anna, and Mario. Nick learns that the heroine's father was a racing driver and lost his life in an incident due to too much speed. Noah hears from Anna that the guy was a rebel, ran away from home, and lived in Mexico. Getting out of the car, Nick kisses the heroine and becomes more insistent. Noah realizes that she has come to the fights where the guy himself will be performing. The heroine gets angry and asks what event made Nick take his pain out on others so violently. Noah can't watch the fight and runs outside. There she is, unexpectedly kissed by Mario, who is immediately pushed by Nick. The heroine is angry and tells the guy that she cannot be together with him because of such actions. Noah admits that she is scared and doesn't want another abusive man in her life. The relationship between Nick and the heroine becomes very strained, which hurts both of them. While working at a restaurant, the heroine receives an anonymous threatening note again. Nick learns that Noah's father almost took her life and was recently released from prison. Rafaela did not tell her about it, as the heroine is very afraid of the man. While Noah is having fun with Jenna, her car is being watched by a strange man who used to talk to Ronnie. Noah decides to leave the party as she is bored. An unknown man starts to get out of the car, however. That's when Nick shows up. Jenna talks to the guy and asks him to apologize to Noah, as she has been feeling bad for 2 weeks. Anna locks the heroine in a closet and she starts hallucinating. In them, Noah sees her father, who looks a lot like the man in the car. Nick rescues the heroine from Anna and puts her in the car. At home, the guy asks why Noah lied about her father. The heroine asks Nick to stay with her, and he falls asleep in her bed. In the morning, Will bursts into the room. The man says nothing about what he saw, but asks Nick to get dressed quickly, since Maggie has been hospitalized. It turns out that the girl hid behind a curtain and turned off the sugar level notifications, but luckily, everything is okay. On the way back, Noah kisses a guy. The heroine realizes that because of her parents, their kiss could be their last, so she suggests that the guy stay alone with her. Noah lies on the beach and asks a guy to never forget what happened between them. The couple spends the whole night on the beach and wait for dawn in their arms. Noah again offers the guy to play night games, and then Nick stops by a gas station for contraceptives. At that moment, Ronnie gets into the car with the heroine. Noah tries to call for help, but she fails. Nick sees that the heroine is missing. In the afternoon, he manages to recognize Ronnie on the security cameras. Noah wakes up and realizes that her father has taken her captive. Jonas calls his ex-wife and demands $1 million for the heroine's ransom. It turns out that he met Ronnie while in prison. Rafaela and Will are waiting for the man at the appointed place. Nick suddenly remembers that his lost car has a device on it that will allow it to be detected. Jonas hears this and puts Noah behind the wheel. The heroine drives the car, and Nick and a policeman begin to chase them. Noah has a great drive, and Jonas praises her for it. The man thinks that the heroine and her mother should pay for the fact that he lived in prison for several years without a car. Noah accidentally pulls into a yacht parking lot with nowhere to turn around. Jonas puts a weapon to her neck and tells her the race is over. Suddenly, the heroine looks into Nick's eyes and starts driving straight at him. Together with her guy, Noah pulls a stunt they once saw on TV. Nick and the heroine duck, and the cop manages to destroy Jonas. Rafaela hugs her daughter and thanks the guy for saving her. At night, Nick sneaks into the heroine's room and stays with her. After that, the guy confesses his love to Noah, and she realizes that their story is just beginning. This is the end of the film. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this film, and see you in new videos.